welcome to UpClose with TechGeeks. I'm Rinakshi and I hope you guys are safe in your respective countries. I don't know whether you are aware of it or not, but here in India, we're observing a nationwide lockdown to prevent coronavirus from spreading further. And since we are practicing social distancing, we have no other option but to carry out this episode via video conferencing. Well, we are very excited for this and I hope you guys will also enjoy watching this episode. On that note, let me tell you guys that in today's episode, we are going to talk about the importance of human resource department in any organization. So, without taking much of your time, let me introduce you guys to our guest for the day, Swati Sharma. Well, Swati is a highly experienced HR professional with over 8 to 9 years of industry experience. Welcome to the show, Swati.
Thank you so much, Rinakshi. I'm also very much glad to be a part of this show.
Well, Swati, it's my pleasure. Guys, before we proceed with this episode, let me also introduce you to our co-host for the day. Well, coincidentally, her name is also Swati and she's also an HR professional. Welcome to the show, Swati.
Thank you so much, Inakshi.
Well, Swati, I would like to ask you, how excited are you about this episode?
I'm very much excited for this show, mainly because of two reasons. First is that this is the first episode we are doing through video conferencing. And second reason is Swati Sharma, since we are working together for past 2 years together and enjoying the work culture here.
Swati, let's begin this conversation with this very simple question, but this question is very important. And that is, what do you think? Why is HR department so important for any organization out there?
Rinakshi, I must say that this is a good question from the ground up. Let me give you a brief understanding of an HR, followed by why is it so much important. The particular term HR is coined by a prolific economist, John R. Commons, in 19th century. Human resource is a backbone of any organization, which is responsible for management and development of employees. Our ultimate goals is to increase employee efficiency. If I talk about conventionally, HR used to focus on hiring, firing, and all-scale annual pay review. But in today's era, HR has been revamped, covering much wider remit. We now play a significant role in developing positive business culture and improving employee engagement activities and productivity, fostering employers and employees relationship, which is very critical for the business success. Employee wellness and employee development are also increasingly being recognized as an essential aspects of an HR. So that's why I think HR is an important part of any organization.
Yes, HR is a very important part of any organization because without competent HR, you can't hire skilled employees.
Okay, so Swati, since you are in the profession from past 8 to 9 years, so what is your preferred management style, or we can say like what kind of management style employees preferred so that they can showcase their maximum potential, and why do you think it is important?
Nice question again, Swati. I would like to give you a brief understanding of a management style. Management is a particular way managers go about accomplishing their objectives. It encompasses various ways, like how they make decision, how they plan the work, how they organize the work, and how they exercise authority. And of course, it varies from companies to companies, levels of the management, and of course, from person to person. It's a pragmatism, flexibility, and ability to work in a difficult operating environment. Now, coming to the question, the preference of my management style. So, I would prefer calling it out on a name of walk around style. Managers don't lock themselves to the cabin. However, they walk around and interact with their teammates and find out their concern, guide them, mentor them whenever needed. It also defines company culture that boosts team members' morale. And of course, it builds the trust and good relationship among managers and the company. And of course, it directly and indirectly increases the sense of responsibility and better understanding. So that's why I feel and I like walk around management style.
Yes, of course. Work around management style looks like one of the best management styles that we have out there. On that note, let me ask you my second question, and that is, what do you think, Swati? Is it important to hire interns when compared to skilled professionals?
Wow, those young candidates are highly competitive and they are eager to learn and contribute to the company. They are also very competitive and they are up to date with the current market trends, which helps them in solving the problems in a stipulated time. Since it's their first job, so they can easily adapt to the company culture, company policy, and other aspects which experience professionals might face some struggle in achieving that. These aspects are beneficial for the company, which aims to hire larger number of people for a particular position without exhausting so much of funds in the process. So that's why I feel that those young candidates are very beneficial and have the lot of advantages in hiring them.
Yes, Swati, I totally agree with you. And one of the things that I would like to highlight over here is hiring interns is actually one of the most important responsibility of any organization. And the reason is, until and unless you hire someone, they will never be, how will they be called as experienced one day, right? You have to hire them in the first place so that they can get that much needed experience and then be called as experienced professionals. So I think that is also one of the most important aspect that every organization should keep in mind, I guess.
And my second question to you, Swati, is that as a HR professional, what are the challenges you face while recruiting the right candidate for the job? Although I know the challenges, but I want you to help us with the possible solution.
Well, Swati, that's a tricky one, but I will try to answer your question in a best possible way. Recruiting the right person for any position in a company is utmost important because at the end of the day, they are the key drivers for any business success. Right? There are many challenges which the industries are facing nowadays. For example, there is a speedy hire and they want to hire in a bulk. So the best possible solution is being HR professional, we should need to examine our recruitment tools, softwares, employee management strategies. Additionally, we need to assure that all needed information is already in place. They are properly documented, easily accessible, which saves us some steps and cut down our recruitment time. The second challenges which nowadays companies are facing is to find a perfect candidate for a certain position, right? So best possible solution what I find is we should open for training and educating talented candidate so that they acquire much needed skills. We need to get out of that mindset that we need to have a large number of people, but we need to have people who are much more talented, right? The third challenge I find is finding candidates who are fit with the company culture. We should also ensure that we describe the company culture as the best we can, like in job description, displaying company mission, their vision, internal environments, so that the job seekers can easily understand the organization in a better way. All right. So, another challenge what I find is there are a lot of colleges out there churning off hundreds and thousands of graduates every year. But you tell me, how many of them are industrial ready? What career
None.
line they should choose, right?
None.
So, in this case, colleges need to take a step forward, right? They need to have a meeting with the companies. They should garner the information related to the technologies, strategies, so that they can incorporate that practical knowledge in their theoretical part. So the end of their semester, when the student pass out their examination, they have some sort of information, some sort of industrial exposure, so they will not be able to face that kind of an issue. So practical experience should also be there. So colleges in this scenario should take a step forward and have a meeting with the companies, so that they are aware of what kind of a technologies are currently in place. So that's these are some challenges which I wanted to highlight, and I've given the possible solutions for it. I hope you find it nicely.
Yes, Swati, you have given very good solutions for all these problems, and I hope our audience are going to keep them in mind and apply them next time they hire an employee, or they want some good employees for their organization. On that note, I would like to ask you this question, and well, that brings me to my next question, and that is, as an HR professional, Swati, how do you motivate your employees to fit in the company culture once you hire them?
Well, there are numerous number of motivational factors. Practically, I would say that give them a purpose.
Right.
By giving your employees a purpose, you will be able to motivate them, because they will understand the company mission better, and try to execute it very strongly. So recognize their performance, be transparent with them, give them proper feedback. Suppose if we hire a fresher and they have completed of about 3 months, so regular weekly fortnightly feedback is required for them, so that it keeps keep the process very smooth.
Mhm.
What are your expectations from them, and how they need to what to be done to fulfill that expectations, right? And give them weekly goals, fortnightly goals, monthly goals,
Mhm.
right? Prioritize their work life balance, right? If I think if all these areas are there, they find themselves as an asset of an organization. Give them enough space prop- so that they can put up their ideas, like I've shared before. They can put up their ideas and try to execute work in a practical way according to their knowledge. You never know, since they are updated with the current market trends, so they may give you a better idea to solve the problem in a much better way. So these are some factors which feels like, yeah, I'm a part of this company, I'm an asset of this company. So these are some motivational factor which I feel that it increases the efficiency.
Right.
Similarly, it increases the productivity.
Right.
Okay, so Swati, my last question from you is that since I'm also from HR profession, I want to
Mhm.
know from you like how do you feel to be a part of HR and are you enjoying your job?
Yes, Swati, I love working as an HR. It's sometimes hard, but I tell you, it is immensely rewarding. Every day we get a chance to create something meaningful, to learn something, to build up long lasting relationship, live our passions, and solve complex problem that can impact the millions of people out there. So that's why I love working my job. I love HR.
Yes, and I hope all the HRs out there also love their jobs like you, Swati, as you love your job. Guys, this brings us to the end of this conversation. But before I wrap it up, I would like to ask one final question to you, Swati. And I ask this question to all my guests, and that is, how do you strike that perfect work-life balance?
Like I've already shared, Rinakshi, work-life balance is very important, right? Nowadays, it is mistakenly believed that reducing one's working hours will enable a work-life balance. No, it is not like that. If someone really wants to do that, they must need to reduce the amount of stress and the pressure that the individual, while they go home, they are stress free, which can be done through proper counseling, proper mentoring, discussing the issue faced by them, so that when they leave for their home, they are completely free, and when they resume office next day, they are fresh minded and give a new ideas, so then they again start it over. Allowing work stress to infiltrate your home is one of the primary indicators that you're not achieving work life balance, right? Maintaining a work life balance is utmost significance for any company, irrespective of any sectors they have, right? So building better attention to the relationship in the office discussing what problems they are facing, maybe professionally or personally, and guiding and mentor them. Remember, health is wealth. If the individual is working in a healthy environment, which is work life balance oriented, they are less prone to health problem, which in turns make them more profitable, more productivity, and more efficient. So that's why I think work life balance is important part of any sector.
Well, Swati, I totally agree with you. And the way you have put it across, health is wealth. I guess everyone is totally with you on that. So it finally brings me to the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. It was absolutely wonderful talking to you guys.
It's my honor, Inakshi, to share my experience and my knowledge that I've earned so far. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swati.
Thank you so much, Rinakshi. It's been a great experience to me also, and it's great to be a part of your show.
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for yet another stunning episode next week. And if you don't want to miss any updates from us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, bye bye.